There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. But we're more interested in the second dimension. Step into the waifu zone.
Step inside. Walk this way. You and me, babe. Hey. I don't know how to play the riff. Sorry.
Kiss, kiss. Fall in love.
Yes.
Hug pillows to the left. Slices of cake and birthday hats to the right.
We are fighting dreamers.
Can we just find every English anime opening and then just speak it?
Wondering.
On today's episode, snow halation.
Yuri on Ice. You were born to make history. And some
now you put me on the spot. There's so
stuff.
many good ones I know, but I just can't think of them off the top of my head.
Right?
Yeah. It's like we thought of something, but in true happy hour fashion, we can't
my
do
favorite
it.
is the first fairy tale opening. Ferrari.
Ferrari, where you going?
Ferrari, where you going? But just Ferrari.
I love that one. The Ferrari, where you going?
Where you going, my Ferrari? Come back.
That's when
I'm just thinking that the intro to Attack on Titan would not have taken off as much if it was narrated by Rod Sterling.
I didn't even keep the tune then. Hey, it's happy hour.
Something up.
That was
Shala. Head shala. I don't
Transform. Transformers Victory.
robots in disguise. I went William Shatner then. Robots.
Get on. Get on.
Where
God
are
on.
you?
Head on.
We've got some work for you now.
Speaking of getting to work, we should get to work and starting this podcast.
Vacant. Can I please recite my favorite anime opening?
Sure. Right, okay, anyway, guys, hey, welcome to Manga Raiders Community Happy Hour, episode 112. My name is Simon, better known as Vacant. Joining me is the Manimal.
I'm an Irishman. Give me your potatoes. There's a little bit of gold at the end of my bum rainbow.
Did that just say bum rainbow?
It's my fucking potato. This is my eating potato. I'm an Irishman. I'm a fucking Irishman.
And that's what I woke up to this morning.
That is, for those at home very confused, that is Manimal's impression of an Irish person, and he sincerely believes that that's what the Irish sound like. His only exposure to Irish people, to my knowledge, is through the Leprechaun horror film. Maybe Leprechaun 2 in the Hood, we don't know, because he said something about a bum rainbow, and that isn't in the first one. So,
Wait a minute. I think Leprechaun in the Hood comes later in the Leprechaun time.
Oh, okay.
Because
I might
Leprechauns
skip
in space is well before the Hood.
Oh.
For some reason.
wait, why did he? Yeah, he went to space, and then they were like, "We've got to top this. Let's go to
all
Hood."
horror villains eventually go to space. That's how it works.
Jason in space.
That was
Jason
one
X.
of the worst movies in the series.
Jason X is underrated.
No, why is that?
I've never seen it. How's it going, Manimal?
You didn't introduce the other people.
Yeah, but, you didn't say anything, so... Well, you did. I guess we had that really long voice
I
clip.
did say something.
Okay.
That was me earlier in the day.
Sorry, everyone who's Irish. I apologize.
I'm an Irish man.
You're... Okay.
No,
God,
I
why
wanna
have
be
you got to...
Irish.
Why do you want to be everything? You want to be Finnish, you wanted to be Cuban last year, now you're jumping on the Irish bandwagon.
Yeah, I don't want to be Finnish. It's just DNA.
You're being gay. How
I'm
about
just
that?
having...
That was brought to you by Schoolyard
Just
Insults.
when you thought we couldn't get any more offensive.
That's not offensive. That's if someone was going to offend me and said, "Huh, well, you're gay." Yeah, actually, I'd be quite offended. I'd be like,
That's just the
Checkmate.
old-fashioned playground insult.
That's right up there with "I know you are, but what am I?" That's the
or it
fucking
takes one to
game
no
changer.
one.
Takes one, no one. Boom.
Which kind of says that you're the thing, like, oh, you're an asshole, takes one to no one, so that means you're both assholes.
Yeah, you're self-deprecating because you're just saying, yeah, I'm an asshole. We're equals. So, I don't know. Anyway, Corin, you're here too. I understand.
I am also here. And
Yeah.
I love the Irish. Beautiful women.
We can just say on record here, we love the Irish and we love all gay people out
I
there.
was respecting Irish culture.
I don't think you were.
Yes,
you were
I
just
was.
talking
I
about
talked
potatoes.
About potatoes.
No, that's not how you respect Irish culture.
I talked about potatoes, leprechauns, and rainbows.
Yeah. I apologize for Manimal.
That's, yeah, just hit all the stereotypes and that's sure to
I could have
honor
not
the
talked
culture.
about them. I could have not given them a shout out.
Maybe you shouldn't. Next time, don't. If you want to give a shout out to a country, don't do it. You were more offensive
I'm from
to...
Scotland.
That just happened. And finally joining us is Nairbons.
I'm here too, but I'm wondering if I should be. Against my better judgment.
How many groups is how many groups is that we've offended in the first 5 minutes?
Am I offending?
Well, we're up to the Irish, the gays, the Scots, and I'm waiting for the Polish.
There's going to be
When have I
a...
ever insulted Polish people? I've said how great their food is.
You've
You will.
certainly done that.
Yeah.
You're going to diss the Jamaican when you tell us that you haven't been in a Jamaican restaurant
When have
for
I
another
ever said that I
fucking week.
don't love Jamaicans?
Because you're shunning their food and cuisine.
I haven't even eaten their food yet.
Because you refuse to go.
Because I haven't gone to a restaurant
And you
this
keep
week.
promising. How was your week, Manimal? Tell us why you haven't gone to a restaurant.
Well, I didn't go to a restaurant this week. Instead, I bought a Daya Nestleberry. It's a half-meter plushie. Basically, they
In
only
the
have
waifu
these for
zone.
Love Live. They only have these for Love Live, where they have big heads and they're lying on their tum-tum. And they're great, and I needed to buy the Daya one. And it was the price of 3.5 Polish dindins. And I'm happy to have purchased it. I just hope that it'll be good when it comes in.
I mean, I'm sure we've
It's
seen how
certainly
big
gonna
it is.
be 1.5 feet of Daya.
It will be, yes. Other than that, it's been another week in no school. What?
Sorry, I was just going to say, when you get the Daya plushie, can you do an unboxing video? Just
Hell
for
yeah,
us?
because you know what else I got this week?
Oh, what did you get else? What else?
I got Cowboy Nair in my mailbox.
Oh, shit!
So next to Sheriff Big Balls sits Cowboy Nair in his mug of glory. I will say the picture, the quality wasn't as good, so it's a little bit grainy, but it's the pictures. It's this exact same facial positioning on both mugs.
I am happy that we managed to make it line up.
Cowboy
Yes.
Nair is an internationally traveling cowboy.
I made a wonderful video last night where Bacon, did you have a good sleep last night?
I did have a great sleep last night, knowing that my travel mug version of myself is tucked up in bed somewhere in Canada.
Yeah. Did you have a good sleep last night, Nair?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know,
See?
I felt my mug buddy from afar.
I read him a Finnish story, got him to kiss my
Daya's
the mole on my Love Live poster, and it was all good.
Now, does it work like a voodoo doll? Did you have a weird dream last night where you kissed a mole?
I was forced to kiss a mole. Yeah, that was one of them things where, do you know that happened and I laughed at that video, and then I was like, there's no way I could ever explain this to anyone outside of us lot, other than us guys.
The guy made a mug of me, and he got it to kiss the mole that
there's a
anime character.
Like, I was like, this is hilarious to us, but no one else would be able to justify why this video
was
exists.
After he read it, a Finnish book.
Yeah. And then,
How
And that-
long until there are hot glue videos of statues of us? 3D printing can be done with user-submitted things. It's possible.
Oh, God.
Now, it's a bit ironic that the more you explain your situation, the more insane you become.
I'm not insane. What are you talking about?
He's not insane.
No.
All I did was tuck in 2 mugs with the images of a British man and a Kansas resident into bed.
And then slept with them, because I'm assuming that was your bed.
Oh, no, I didn't. You went back on the shelf.
Oh,
after
you're
that.
breaking the illusion.
See, I just called it you. That's when it gets weird.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's real weird.
See, I'm thinking, because I rarely have actual pictures of Manimal's face, that I can get one of those photos of, like, the top of his shirt in front of whatever he's eating at the moment, frame that, print it, and put that picture next to Craig on my
Oh,
mantle.
what a picture of me when I was rubbing corn against my arm.
Oh, yeah.
That's the episode of Jackhammer was on. They kept talking, so I just started rubbing my corn on the cob against my muscles. I don't have muscles, sadly.
Yeah, that was highly distracting when we were trying to do a podcast. Thanks for that. Good old
I
Jack
do want to
Hammer.
say,
Different day.
Manimal, you've ordered a lot of anime merch, legally or not, in the last couple months. So, on Amazon, there is a statue of Camilla, who is the Fire Emblem Fates purple-haired sister with the great big breastises.
Yeah.
That is like $240.
Go on AliExpress.
Recently dropped to about $180. And after all the wedding stuff, my wife and I have about $200 in Amazon gift cards.
Now, I think the key phrase is the wife and I. The wife and
So
I.
I got 50% of the vote here.
Ah.
I just need to convince one other person that this is a good idea.
It's a good
And I'm
decoration.
in.
It's very classy.
It'd be a centerpiece for all my Persona toys. Oh, and Hellboy's there too.
Exactly. There you go. It
You
sets
know,
up
if you
just
look
right.
on AliExpress, you can find a knockoff version for $20. Probably it won't be as good quality, but it'll be the same figure.
Ooh, send me that website. I will
Okay,
take.
the link is.
Thanks for... Yeah, you ain't getting no free pub off us.
Thank you. All right. Well, time to get me a bootleg titty princess.
I'm an Irishman. Who's next?
Bootleg Titty Princess.
Hold
That-
on. My wife is saying something from the other room.
Oh, wait,
I think she
wait.
may be protesting. One moment.
If there's a sentence that you don't want your other half to hear is, I'm gonna get me a bootleg titty princess.
Oh, turns out she just screamed the word titty princess.
Oh.
See, she's down with
That sounds like she's on board. That sounds like a vote
She's
in Titty
in on the
Princess
joke
favor.
and would appreciate it, but doesn't want to spend $200.
Well, what are you gonna get? A shower curtain, a freaking rug? You know?
What kind of shower curtain are you buying with $200?
Well, no, it'll contribute. Like they'll get they'll get their officially licensed Kiss Destroyer shower curtain, and then other stuff.
How was your week, Corey? If you got nothing else, have you, Manimal? Sorry.
I have nothing else. No.
Okay, Corey. Have you been?
Well,
up to?
it pales in comparison to buying a half-meter anime girl plushie, but I don't know. I worked, and this weekend I made a roast that was real nice. I finally watched Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1975 version. Any of you familiar with that film?
I know it.
Yes, I know the plot.
So
Never watched it.
basically, yeah, there's been several versions, but this one was like 1970s, and it has Leonard Nimoy and like really young Jeff
shit.
all Jeff Goldbluming up the place.
Freaking ripped Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
That was
remember when Jeff Goldblum was really young and he was like a sex symbol because he was super hot?
Oh God, like he takes off his shirt in this film. He is a twig. He's built like you, Manimal. I'm not kidding. Like between this film and Jurassic Park, he put on some muscle.
I mean, he had some years, to be fair. He had
did.
a good 20-odd years to do
He had
that.
about 20 years to put on. But yeah, he like completely changed his body type. But
Mhm.
I don't know. This must have been one of his like really early performances.
I
Must
would guess
be.
so, yeah.
Yeah,
70s.
yeah, definitely.
When did
And
the Goldblum version of The Fly come out?
80s sometime?
Oh,
86.
ooh,
Yeah.
that's...
I'd say it was actually a
Yeah.
lot later than I think a lot of people think it was.
Yeah, I was thinking like 81, 82, something like that.
Let's see if I can't. I don't know. I'm trying to search this on my phone. I have a computer in front of me. I'm so used to phone Googling at this point. It's bad. Jeff Goldblum.
Speaking of Rip Leonard Nimoy, did anyone see? I know we're going off track, but it's one I'll forget. I had a fucking heart attack this morning because I saw Ian McKellen dead. It turns out it's a hoax. It's an internet hoax.
Oof.
Someone's done one of them death
good.
hoax. But thankfully he's not. But fuck me, what arseholes whoever done that.
Oh,
You're
I'm
a
sorry.
bunch of bum
I haven't
rainbows.
found the answer yet, but I have to interrupt that. Say, Jeff Goldblum's going to be in the next Jurassic World film?
Is he?
Yes.
What?
In Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom, reprising his role as Ian Malcolm. I can't wait. I also can't wait to see him in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. I need to go see that film at some point in the next week.
Where is it? Okay, so Invasion of Body Snatchers was 78, and he started his acting career in 74, so yeah, very early on. Like, before that, his biggest thing was in Starsky and Hutch as a side character. The TV series, I should say. Well, I guess he was in Annie Hall.
Oof.
So yeah, he did Annie Hall, and that's the most notable thing on this list.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
unless
was
you
gonna
want to
say,
count
we
his
were right,
episode
man.
of Columbo.
I do.
That's all I remember him for. I think he was in some dinosaur shit.
His first acting role was in Death Wish as Freak Number 1.
Who could forget him?
That's how I know him. Big freaky. Big up, my man.
Jeff Goldblum. Anyway.
I mean, it's better to be freak number 1 than freak number 7.
That's true.
Depends how many freaks they had.
Guess how many?
It
Depends.
depends.
12.
Nobody said guess.
Never mind.
Anyway,
Wait, what? I thought you said guess.
It said it depends.
Oh.
And no, I digress. And then today, okay, so I was playing Neo this summer, right? The video game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I quit playing it to play Destiny 2 when it came out. And then I stopped playing Destiny 2 because I got a hankering for Dark Souls. And now I've quit playing Dark Souls to go back to Neo again because I felt bad about not finishing that game.
You're in a vicious cycle.
I am. And it's really weird because I was on like the quote-unquote last mission of the game. And like I finished it and credits rolled. But there's more missions after that. It's really weird.
Is that on Neo?
On Neo, yeah.
This is the one with spelling Nioh.
Nioh. Yeah, it's a
Because
Japanese thing.
Thick.
Because, like, you have this big fight, but it's like, okay, so the story, I guess, in Japan, part of it wraps up with, like, it's a 7-boss rush, basically. It's because you fight, like, 4 bosses, and then you fight Oda Nobunaga, and then you fight Edward Kelly, the English alchemist, if you don't know anything about that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then Edward Kelly's like, fuck you, I'm going to summon a giant, like, Hydra monster, and then you fight that. And then Edward Kelly's like, by the way, John Dee's behind everything, and then fucking dies. and then credits roll, and the ending cutscene plays. And then it's like, hey, you're not done, come back here. I don't know why we played the credits either. I guess we just did.
They
Here's
wanted
a bunch
to
more missions.
They want to
Here's
do that
another
Marvel thing.
Here's the main story mission where you got to go finish the game.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming
Yeah.
people would have just turned off and gone,
You
okay,
think, 'cause
cool.
not only did it not finish the actual storyline, they also gave me like a bunch of side quests too. And like the whole idea is like your character is quote unquote dead because he was going to get like killed to cover up the whole magic thing.
Uh-huh.
But then you can like access these missions that just became available, and they still start with like the dudes who think you're supposed to be dead, like giving you instructions and stuff. I don't know,
Nothing makes sense.
but it's still really good, and I realize I'm glad I came back to it now because if I come back later, I would have been so fucked. So all the controls are like slightly different from Dark Souls, Like, you know that thing where you play a game and then you gotta come back and it's just wrong?
Yeah, I remember watching you play Dark Souls when you just got your PS4, and the most fun was just you had spent years on the 360. Anytime it said press X, you would hit the wrong X button.
Yeah, because they're both blue X's and they're in different places on the controllers. It's so dumb.
Yep, press X to open this door, and you just take a drink.
I can't drink. Yes.
Oh, good times. Good
I was
times.
having that same problem because in Neo, like the attack buttons are like mapped to the face buttons and not like the triggers. And the interact
I would appreciate that.
The interact button in Neo is a circle, and run is X, which is like also does like a hop back kind of thing. Of course, in Dark Souls, interact is X. So every time I wanted to interact something, I'd hit X and like jump 3 feet backwards away from the thing I wanted to actually touch. Dangerous on high ledges.
Oh yeah. Oh, familiarity with buttons is dangerous in most games.
Yeah. So,
especially Dark Souls, because I don't know why those need to have attacks mapped to the shoulder buttons. It's a little strange.
Yeah, well, it's what it is. I actually do kind of prefer Neo's better, but I digress. That's my week.
Oh, that I do say that is a very exciting week, my fine young chap. Oh, I do say, did you go, Mr. Nair, my chap?
I had a bit of a week. Not a whole heck of a lot happened with me. Scheduled more interviews because those just keep happening. And oh, by the way, within 24 hours of interviewing to be a cop, I found out I was not a cop. Like they said, it should be about a week, and then about 10 a.m. the next morning, we appreciate your time to come out for this interview, but what the fuck were you thinking?
Oh, no.
Like, in hindsight, you could tell that the people at the job fair were really looking more for someone in dispatch than they were actual cop. I had none of the, like, suggested backgrounds for being a cop aside from, you know, a heavy lust for justice. Which,
I love that as a trait. That's top of my CV.
now, the good news is you can all catch Steven Seagal in Lust for Justice coming next year. But unfortunately, you will not be pulled over by me for speeding tickets anytime soon.
How weird would that have
I
been
believe
if Cop Nair was on a mug?
We could make that happen.
When I got that mug, I told my mom, I was like, this guy might be a cop.
Now, to
And
be
she
fair,
got more
there's
confused.
There
Please.
are still plenty of police precincts around the area that I guess I could still apply for. If
yeah.
the city of Shawnee doesn't want them, maybe
I'm just thinking,
marry
if the
'em.
city of Shawnee isn't going to take you as a cop, I don't know if the other places around are going to be much better.
Nah. I just need a place with lower standards.
Yeah, we're talking about the city of Shawnee, aren't we?
Well, no. Shawnee
Fuck you,
is a
Shawnee.
lovely place. It is a great place.
Exactly.
Oh, I retract the fuck you.
So they're well within their rights to poo-poo my application.
Yeah, but they don't need great cops, is my point. They just need, dudes to patrol the streets, basically.
I mean, good cops are what helps the community get good in the first place.
It's true.
We don't always need the best, though. Like this Fire Emblem figure that I found for $30.
That sounds like a win. Titty
but
Princess
I can't
en
wait.
route.
I can't wait.
Oh,
to show
it's
people my
actually
nephew.
not Titty Princess. It's the booty sorceress from the previous game. That, still
I'm
give
not
it a shot.
familiar with these names.
Yeah.
Well, they're the unofficial
titles. I'm just wondering. I
Very
think
much
that's like
so.
the next panty and stocking. Titty Princess and Booty Sorceress. That'd be a cracking short story.
Yeah. Freaking, why don't I make a short story about the mugs?
Oh my god, can we have Mug
See,
X
no,
Mug?
I don't think I said on the show, but I love the reaction anytime I show my friends the mugs. Because all they did was just pick them up and stare at them for a few seconds. Like some of them were just, like, you know, like two people just picked it up and just stared at it for like 5 seconds and went, oh, that's funny.
Oh.
Can we have the new story Mug X Mole?
I know what I'm writing for NaNoWriMo.
Do we just record a Cuphead multiplayer with me and Vacant now?
Just superimposed.
Oh, that's the Egyptian girl. Oh my god, that figure's only $28. I want it.
I know, right?
Oh, she's the best character in the freaking game.
She kinda is, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. No, stop. I'm buying it. Oh my god, no.
Stop
No,
it.
stop.
Manimal, stop.
I just went to the
Stop.
purchase screen.
Stop.
Go back.
Stop
Reverse.
me.
You've already bought something.
Abstain.
Oh man, there's the club vice president for prison school.
I got it.
Manimal, what have you done? This is a good website.
See, I told you it's a good website.
Oh no, the Supersonico ramen noodle weight.
Freaking have a Sonico figure. It's okay. It's alright.
Okay, time to go to the absolute worst part and search Persona.
Yay!
How much money can I lose?
See, not much, because you think these figures are only about $20, $30.
They got some cool Code Geass ones. Sorry, we've stopped podcasting. We're just like now we're just looking.
No,
Holy
this
shit,
is
that's
part
good.
of the podcast. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Hello,
Okay.
everyone. Welcome to the Online Shoppers Podcast.
I can
Today
see
we're
what you
gonna
mean in
shop.
quality. Some
drop.
of these are really cool, and then there's like, I'm on the Code Geass section, and there's just the shittest C2 in the world with like, it's supposed to be holding a watermelon, and yeah, it doesn't look good. Anyway, where were we in the show?
Well, we're looking at scary bootlegs because it's the Halloween episode.
Ah.
That's how I'm tying it together.
Oh, I need
That's
this
true.
Tasha figure right now.
Okay, so you don't want the C2 that's just completely naked? Right next to the one holding the shitty watermelon?
I must have missed the completely naked one.
Yeah, I just searched Code Geass and like right next to the shitty watermelon one is just, it's not
yes.
C2, it's sexy naked Japanese anime girl.
There you go.
All right, new plan. I buy this Persona 5 Phantom Thief outfit, commit various crimes around the city, driving up the crime rate, forcing them to meet new cops.
I feel like,
Oh,
there are
okay,
better
but actually
ways.
no. This Tarja
It's
figure looks like
perfect. And
the
certainly
Tarja
not
figure-
because I just said it on this podcast.
yeah. No, but this Tarja figure actually like that's the official picture, but the real knockoff it's $20 looks like shit. Look at her neck; it's freaking humongous.
What's
freaking
wrong if she's
giraffe.
got a
Is that a
fat
lady?
neck?
Freaking giraffe neck.
Maybe it's the ballroom stars thing.
oh god, it goes.
It freaking goes for miles.
I feel like that one photo, it's like halfway pulled out, because it's definitely like a peg.
It kind of looks like that, but that's the same thing that happened with my. Actually, no, it's the opposite thing that happened with my Data Live Toka knockoff figure because she has no neck instead of a neck. It was interesting.
It's definitely like, that's part of the assembly that's just not been finished for the photo somehow.
Could be, but that was today's online shopping. You gotta shop, and then when you drop, you get your grandsons to continue to mop. No, you shop till you drop, and your grandsons mop. Okay.
I mean, I really hope you're not dropping while you're online shopping. I feel like that's a heart problem.
I just dropped my grandsons, and I don't think they're okay.
You can't. Yeah, you're gonna mop them.
Well,
Or
have you
Now
got,
I have to mop them.
Vacant.
it's
Have
tragedy.
you described your week?
how would I describe my week? Uneventful, really. I just did some, spent time with the family. Went out, did nothing very interesting. What else did I do? I am going to come out and say it now. I'm just going to be honest.
Oh, Vacant. I always thought so, but it's good that you could admit it.
I haven't watched much animated this week. Basically, the last 4 days, all I've done is just read My Hero Academia. I've gone through about 60-something chapters in the last 4 days, which for me is impressive because it takes me about 20 minutes to read one chapter of a 20 to 25 page manga.
But it's a quick read, isn't it?
I did, yeah. Like I was like, shit, I've gone through this shit.
Are you caught up now?
I am on chapter 120 something. Basically, it's the one just after Tintin shows up, Beefy Tintin, and Red
I love
Shark.
Beefy Tintin.
Beefy Tintin is legit my favorite character in that whole thing right now. Stuff
He's my
happens
favorite
with
character,
him.
and I don't even know his name.
Mirio.
Mirio.
Said his
there you
name
go.
is Beefy Tintin.
Well, his face is Tintin. It's literally Tintin, but just put on like Hulk Hogan's body. That's essentially who he is. But he's 15. Oh no, he's 17. He'd be, I think, because the first years of 15. I don't know, maybe.
I think
Who knows?
something like that.
Yeah, he's a kid anyway. Yeah, it's just after that, and he's turned out to wreck shop, and that manga's good because I just wanted to read bits on the side and get myself caught up. I was fully intending to watch everything else, but Jesus, that took my, like, before I knew it, 3-4 hours have gone. I'm like, shit, I've been reading manga for several hours. I need to go bed.
My
So-
legs.
My
I have
legs.
I have
Yeah.
no circulation in my legs.
Other than that, no. I've just been playing WWE 2K18. We watched Return of the King at work today. It was on in the office, and I don't know.
Michael Jackson's back.
No, the Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
I know.
Of the King.
I know.
There was a few things because I haven't watched that in a couple of years now. It's one of my all-time favorite films as well. But there's some things that stood out that I haven't really noticed before. So, do you know at the Black Gates when the eagles come and Gandalf's just standing there looking at the moth? He would have got fucking chewed to pieces by all of those orcs around him. Everyone's fighting around him. Every inch of space is covered in people fighting for their life, and he's just chilling. Like you fit, and not exactly like he doesn't stand out. He's like a big white wizard.
Let's take a step further than the back. Is they assaulted all of Mordor by just standing in like a huddle.
Yeah.
That is not how.
Shield
that's not
wall,
battlefield
motherfucker.
tactics. No. They were
Aragorn-
fucked at the beginning. They were
Aragorn
instantly encircled.
Aragorn Leroy Jenkins them, and it's like, cheers, fella.
You were all a drink.
Yeah. It's not. It was never going to work out.
And then the ground cracks for him. But out
if
of all
you
that,
think about it too, they didn't know Frodo was about to like destroy the ring and like fix everything. That was just a suicide mission. He could have been like 2 weeks away. He could have been dead. They didn't know.
yeah, they were just
They were
guessing.
just going to go in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
The fact that they won is just a happy circumstance.
Do you
Yeah.
guys want to know what movie I think is better?
Go for it.
What movie's better?
Garfield, The Tale of Two Kitties.
Oh, shut up.
I will strangle you. I'm going to find you and strangle you.
I think Bill
that the
Murray said he
storytelling-
just did those to get his kids or grandkids into college.
Yeah, that's right. Because
Fair enough.
they weren't good movies at all.
No.
But it shouldn't have been made. But
Hey, it got his kids into college, so we can't, he wasn't selling
he's
out.
freaking
Not
Bill
into,
Murray.
but
He could
paid
just get his
for.
kids into college anyway. He has money. He didn't need to do Garfield.
I don't know why he did it. That's I didn't
Was he
break
freaking
that
doing
story.
coke? And he needed to get some more money.
I mean, it is Bill Murray.
The
Sure
most
enough.
random, the thing that I took away from The Return of the King, though, is I heard the most random turn of phrase. I've never heard this in my life. No idea of the context or where this comes from, but we were on about Frodo turning evil. He did a heel turn. That's the wrestling terminology. He went from good to evil when he puts the ring on. And one of the guys at work says, oh yeah, Frodo, when he puts the ring on, his pie's done. And there was just a silence. His pie's done.
His pie's done.
He meant that was his terminology from someone turning good to evil. His pie's done. What does that mean?
Wait, okay, I know what it means. When you have a pie and it's cold, it's evil because no one wants to have it. It's gross. It's unfinished. It's nasty. When you have a nice hot pie, it's good.
His pie's done.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to use that for anything
But
now.
that's
Remember
a good
Having
thing.
Vegeta?
unfinished
The
pie,
pie
is
is
bad.
done is a good thing.
Can you
No
remember
one
when?
wants to eat a bad pie, but everyone wants to eat a good
No,
pie.
no,
because
yeah,
they're
but
good.
Manimal,
He's turning
Manimal.
evil. He's turning bad.
Yeah, he was on about him turning good to evil, so it was the
Wait.
reverse.
What?
What?
Like he was
because
saying,
his pie is done. Nobody likes a done pie. The
No,
pie is
God,
good,
you're
but
just-
when you eat it,
stop
pie's
trying to
over,
justify
the
his
pie's done.
bullshit.
You're
So it's bad.
flip-flopping. You're a flip-flopper, manimal.
I love. I just want to use that now and anything. Like, remember when Vegeta sacrificed himself in the Buu Saga and blew himself up? His pie was done.
Pie was done.
His pie's done.
It makes sense.
I don't know what it means.
It makes sense. You turn bad because once there's no more pie, that's bad because the pie's
That's like
gone.
That's like when your grandmother is like, "Oh, his time was up, dearie. His
Yeah.
pie was done."
His
Yeah, but
pie's
he didn't
done.
turn evil.
Oh no, he
Wait,
turned
I'm
good.
confused. Is your pie being done? Is that supposed to mean that he's become bad?
Yes, I'm mixing it up. It's when Vegeta got taken over by Majin Buu, by
yeah, that's-
Babidi.
Okay.
His pie's done.
You're saying Vegeta was toast.
I don't know. It was just, do you know when someone says
His
something and there's a
pie
pause?
was done.
His pie's done.
Oh.
His
don't know
cake
what it
was
means.
ready to bake.
It made perfect sense to me. I don't know what's wrong with you guys.
It's now entered our
I am a
terminology.
scholar. I read books, and I have a degree in Starbucks. So shut up.
Manimal, after you released the Bop Bop, your pie was done.
You listen up. I have new songs, including Daya's Pain in Spain, available on barrygoldman.bandcamp.com, and you're going to say this to me.
And My Mugs. That'll be the new song. Please make a song called My
Your
Mugs.
mug is not getting a good night's sleep.
You bet. If you do anything to My Mug self, I
Tell
will.
ya, it's voodoo doll shit. You can control your sleep now.
Yeah.
You,
I will come over. You
I swear
forget
to
that
God,
I'll.
make it. All I have to do is make it so you don't kiss that mole, and you ain't sleeping well.
He's gonna fill you with coffee. And how can you sleep when you're filled with coffee?
I drink coffee just before I go to bed. That's
You're
probably
weird.
why I have a terrible night's sleep every night.
Definitely.
No shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I never liked tea as a kid. So like when you have a hot drink before you go to bed as a child, I'd have coffee
Where-
and then wonder
Give
why I'm
me your
awake.
citizenship right now.
Cup of milk, man.
I'd rather.
Like warm milk?
No, it doesn't have
Suck
to be
my
warm.
own
Just milk in
penis
general
on that.
will do it.
Cold milk is nice.
Cold
I
milk's
don't know
fine.
where the
No.
phrase "a nice cup of warm milk" will get you to bed. That shit's nasty.
I always thought it was mostly just like room temperature milk, like milk used to be all the time.
That's
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think they refrigerated milk before we had refrigerators, so I guess it was more common.
How did anyone ever enjoy milk?
How did it, they were like, oh, this is a good lumpy substance.
I mean, I don't think it was lumpy. Like, I think that's still not. You still don't drink it when it's lumpy, even
Well, I
if
know
you're
it
living in the
started
past.
bumpy, the middle was lumpy. Yeah.
So I'm well, that's a callback to "Always a Critic," a song on one of his earlier albums
Called popcorn. Yes.
called Popcorn.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyways,
See, I'm
so-
suspecting that Manimal's gonna get his big break when somebody makes a listicle of like weird anime obsessions, and someone goes, "Here's this guy who kept writing about one anime girl," and you're gonna
Daya.
get flooded with traffic, and yeah, it's all about Daya.
What,
that mole.
just because I wrote Daya's Mole on my cereal, just because I wrote Daya's Pain in Spain, just because I wrote Daya Cannon Castro fanfiction,
Yeah, yeah.
just because I bought a half-meter Daya plush.
I mean, it's not a
There's-
full meter, so I don't know if you're a real fan.
Ah, gotcha.
There might be contributing factors there.
I don't know, but we can talk about some of the animes now that I watched this week, which also relates because this week's episode of Love Live was all about Daya. And they made Daya's mole canon because she has like a trait where like when she tries to hide something, she rubs her mole. So the mole is now a recognized state in the EU. They have recognized Daya's mole, and I'm very happy about that.
As a state,
Huh.
Yeah, Daya's mole has now been recognized. So it's
like
good.
as a place you can live.
No shit, it's Daya's mole.
You say that as
Like
if
they're
that
looking
makes
at
sense.
all the stuff going on in Spain and just go, why don't we talk about anime?
Yeah, like, okay, no, but Daya's mole, independent state. Because this is a great episode, actually. No, honestly, no serious mode. Love Live Sunshine Season 2, Episode 4 is fantastic. It was a really nice focus on Daya, and it actually was like a good character story. And it was a very relatable character story as well, actually. And definitely it's showing, Sunshine is showing all its strengths in this season as opposed to the first season. and it's getting more interesting. Even though there's a lot of silly antics, but that's what makes it fun, and that's what you want out of Love Live instead of freaking Days of Our Lives, which they gave us in the first season. So it's all good. Good stuff. We have The Ancient Megas Bride, which is the best anime of 2017, unless it starts to suck. Because let me tell you, those first 3 episodes are freaking fantastic.
It's a real purdy show.
Okay. I was watching it, and all of a sudden I felt this rumbling in my chest. I felt this rumbling through my teeth. And
That's a heart attack.
I just said, because it was so English. You know, they were eating beans and sausages for breakfast. They had tiles on their walls. It was good.
I do need to get up with that show. I was staring at it today thinking, do I really want to put in the time right now to watch all this?
Me too.
Episode 3 actually almost made me shed tears because it was so freaking good. Oh my god.
Very pretty.
Very.
Yeah, was that the first thing on my recommended list, and I still not watched a single second of it.
It's been on my recommended list for like the last 3 seasons. Because I never watched the OVA either.
It's really freaking good. It's honestly the best show of the season so far, definitely, unless it starts to suck.
Now hold on. Hold on.
Yes.
Guro.
Vanishing Line.
It's a whole heck of a lot of fun.
What are you talking about?
We'll
Garo
talk
Vanishing
about it when we
Line.
get around to it.
Oh, okay. Anyways, that's what I watch. I haven't caught up with the other shows, but I will.
Sweet. Okay. Who's next?
They recognize Daya's Mole, guys.
They
It
recognize.
is infinitely black, infinitely deep, and contains all things.
Can you tell us exactly what your reaction was when they did that?
Honestly, I was smiling inside and I was smiling outside. I thought my dreams have come true. This is my Disneyland. This is my whatever.
I just have images of you pausing the video, slowly backing out of the room, and then just running down the street like It's a Wonderful Life.
I sent you guys a video of the clip.
Yeah, you did. I remember.
So it was exciting. It's especially funny because I bought that Daya plushie after this episode, but
Well, I
that's
really
the
wish people
deal.
appreciated the moles on my face as much as Daya's.
Yeah, well, because Daya's mole is it's one.
Hers is classified as a beauty mark.
Yeah.
You are just an ugly, disgusting creature.
Yeah.
Oh!
I'm slathered in beauty marks.
They're called beauty
Also,
marks for a reason.
A few arms that started developing but didn't quite make it, and they just constantly reach out and grasp at things.
Yeah.
See, you'd
I
think
forgot
that'd
the
be a
two
useful
normal
talent for
I'm just saying,
for a policeman.
If the word slathered describes you in any way and it's not something about you've applied it,
No, I'm slathered in arms.
Oh, that reminds me. Hey, Matharu shampoo. That's how you're supposed to do the
He's
voice.
talking to Matt.
I don't he is, and I don't remember the voice. I'm sorry, what?
I have hibiscus body wash in my shower.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, hibiscus orange peel. It's not shampoo, but it's body wash.
Oh, now I get what you're on about. You're on about the shampoo convention thing.
Yeah.
It's okay, you weren't there.
Matharu shampoo, said about, he liked his hibiscus and orange peel.
Is it okay to be confused?
They made an episode about Daya's mole. It was really good. I liked what they did. And that was me. What do you got, Fakeun or anyone else?
I mean, I think it's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, going back to what we're talking, Vanishing Line Garo, or Garo Vanishing Line, it's very confusing, is really fucking good. The most recent episode I watched was episode 3, where they introduced, a big-titted, spy chick, and the episode is all about, a heist of, the mob, and then Sword fights a computer that's alive and eats people.
Oh.
It's really good.
That is cool.
A computer that's alive and eats people.
It's an old 80s desktop, and it pops up the words. It's the green text on the black screen. Hello, I am hungry. I'm going to eat you. And then fucking cables come out of the woodworks and just eat people.
I like
It's
it.
a good show. And then they solve the problem by punching it and then stabbing it.
They did.
What a good show. It is the most fun.
It's really good.
That is the surefire way to have, entertainment in a show. Just sometimes the simplest route is the most effective.
And like the chick they introduced drives like this giant like skull and bones muscle car. And like she shows up by just like running over the main character.
Okay.
It's a good show.
He's about to walk into like a strip club or a brothel or something, red light district, and she just fucking mows him down in the street.
He gets back up now, doesn't he?
No, he dies. That's it.
The show's episode. It's a short show.
Good show.
Yeah,
There's other characters.
But it's a fun show. And then I watched. Okay, so Dies Array is still super confusing. It was super confusing, then it wasn't, now it's super confusing again.
Yeah.
Because,
What are the Nazis up to now?
well, the thing is, episode 1 was all about Nazis in like the 30s, and then episode 2 was like modern day about these Japanese kids. And then episode 3 has like one of the Japanese kids murdering people in his sleep, maybe?
That?
Like,
Just
he's
like
cutting off
Hitler.
people's heads in his sleep with like secret magic powers, and then he has a fight with some Nazis, and they say shit, and he doesn't know anything. And then when he goes to school the next day, the Nazis are at his school, posing as Japanese high schoolers.
Oh shit, just like Russia.
I don't know why I had the image of just like a slice of life, but it's like, new transfer student, Nazi kid.
Yes. And like, it's not...
Which way to join the light music club?
That is actually
Giant
really great.
40-year-old bald man in a sailor outfit. He'll never suspect me.
No, that has to be in like freaking K-On! Or something.
Yeah, like, where's the light music club?
It's just...
the new member.
It's
And
really
all he
weird.
plays is Rammstein, obviously.
Like, one of the girls who are, like, coming in as a student is, like, already stated to be, like, 25, which is a little awkward. And one of them just, I don't know, and, like, they're trying to recruit him, I think. And there's, like, a priest who may or may not be an immortal character who is also a Nazi. So I don't know if the Catholics are getting involved here or not.
New Nazis at high school? Because at high school...
And at Magic in the city of Shambhala.
That makes sense.
It goes...
That's
Okay.
just what Hitler would do.
So, giant blonde sailor outfit Nazi man is in a weird love triangle with the Pope, who is also in a sailor outfit, trying to get the attention of Senpai.
Oh my god, that is incredible.
Yeah,
I
but
love
like
this idea.
the main big blonde evil Nazi dude is like floating around in a golden city somewhere, like right out of Dark Souls. It's very confusing, and I don't know what's going on.
Why does Nair always have better ideas for shows than shows are?
I don't know, but I'm going to say that officially at this point, Dies Array, and I wish I knew because there's like 3 sentences in German as a subtitle that I don't know what they are because it's German for fuck's sake. And
Yeah, we need Lego.
I'm going to say that it's the most okayest anime this season so far.
It's pretty okay.
I mean, transfer student slice of life hijinks with Aryan man sounds promising to me.
I mean,
I don't want to watch that.
Honestly,
we're putting words into the anime's mouth, I think. At
if
that
they
point.
did that and it was funny, that'd be amazing.
I have made for you ein bento box. Put your meet me on the roof.
Why? This has to be made, please. And it's just like nothing bad happens. He's just trying to fit in.
Yeah, like
Please
he's not
take
evil.
my confession letter. There's a swastika on here. No, it was supposed to be a heart. I don't
Every
have
time.
much stationery that's not covered in that symbol. My apologies.
Yeah, he's
Every
If you flip
time
it to the bay,
I-
it's actually a
comes out
Buddhist
as most
thing.
swastika.
Yeah, I love it because he's just trying to fit in. He's just trying to be nice to everyone, but it just fails at every time.
Can't stop being Nazi.
Most of my comrades fled to South America, but I had a good idea too.
So is this taking place in like the alternate future of Doctor Strangelove, where the nukes didn't drop?
Oh God. I think we can add Germany to the list of people that we've offended this episode.
Germans, we're embracing the Germans.
No, let's not say that. That
We're embracing Germany. No, according to your logic, we are. It's a stereotype. Go with it.
All right.
Oh God.
Enough of that. Then I watched Junie Tyson, and it's holding true. If you have a flashback, you're gonna die. So don't have a flashback.
Yes. Yes.
I better not get nostalgic.
Yeah.
Have you watched?
I've watched the first 3 episodes.
3 episodes, free characters, free deaths.
Well, 4, maybe 5.
Oh yeah. Well,
Dragon. Is it dragon or snake? One of them starts dead.
Yeah.
I want to say dragon.
They're brothers.
Brothers. They look exactly the same. One of them has like a fire tank, and one of them has like an ice tank. I don't know. And then it's not clear what happens to Horse.
No, he just kind of got.
He just
sucker punched.
I'm assuming
he's fighting with Bull,
alive.
and he just and then Bull walks away, and he shows like covered in blood. We don't see what happened to Horse explicitly.
That fucking kill. Spoilers for Junie Tyson, by the way, everyone. But yeah, that kill of the chicken. That was pretty brutal. Just stabbed through the head.
We're back all over again, twice in an episode. People getting eaten by birds. Jesus Christ, my nightmares. But like, I really came to like Horse in like the 20 seconds of screen time he had.
Yeah.
Mostly because if you watch the end credits, it shows like all these characters in like normal activities, and it's just him like building a little boat model. He's like just a really nice guy.
Yeah, I think the Horse is still alive because with them being 12 central characters. I know Snake was killed off camera, but that was for a reason, because obviously it was like, oh, he's been brought back in the first episode.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's still alive.
So it's 12 deaths.
Snake, I feel like Horse is definitely gonna come back pretty fucked up, because his ability was like iron something.
Skin. Yeah,
he's
like
really fucking
hide.
tough, is the idea. So yeah, that's interesting. And it was weird. I'm not sure what's going on with Chicken there at the end. He kept blaming it on the one-man army poison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have to wonder if it's not like something
for all
Monkey
those
did to her.
dogs that are poisonous.
Yeah.
Hey, back to Horse. I guess that's why they say horse testicles.
What?
Because they're strong and made of steel.
No,
What?
I don't think you're just... He's just saying stuff. I don't...
Okay.
I think he bet on the wrong horse.
Did you guys see the news story of the guy with the 3-foot dick who has 11-pound balls?
No.
I told him to... I asked him to remain anonymous, so let's not talk about it.
Okay. At any rate, I'm thinking Monkey did something a little weird to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she shook her resolve, apparently, because she was saying... What she said is that one-man army heightened her emotional senses and state as well, so she sort of felt guilt and empathy a lot more at a heightened state than she would.
I have to wonder if that's not just the poison, but it's also something like Monkey's power.
Yeah.
Like, they all seem to have weird little powers.
You do see what the monkey's power is in episode 4.
Yeah.
Or at least you see a power. She may have more, because it focuses a bit on her. I won't say what happens. I won't, don't want to spoil it.
We'll see. I mean, she already technically did have one flashback.
Yeah.
So it was through the mind of someone else.
Through the boar, I think, wasn't it? But yeah, she gets...
It was through somebody. But at any rate, I'll see season 4. But yeah, so far the monkey's the most interesting character to me so far.
Oh, yeah.
She's the protagonist. Well...
I don't know if we should use the word protagonist or anything.
She's the most likable, not dead character.
That's true. She has some sort of multifacetedness going on, basically.
Yeah.
I like the rat guy as well.
Rat dude's
He's cool.
interesting.
Rat dude's got
Rat
some
Trap.
I think his cards yet to be played.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Just because he's the rat, I keep thinking that he's going to just do something.
I'm Rat Trap.
I expect big things from Team Monkey Rat.
Yeah, I can't wait
Rat
for the next
monkey.
episode on Tuesday.
R.I.P. Dog Chicken.
Hey, Optimus, I'm Rat Trap.
I know.
Though I did think it was funny because the episode the episode 3 title was like cutting a chicken with like a beef cleaver or something like.
Oh shit.
But which makes sense if you ever try to cut a chicken up, you need a cleaver.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
That's some meat man logic for y'all.
Meat Man.
Mm-mm.
I think episode 4 didn't have like a really obscure title, so I think it was okay. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was last week.
We'll see. I'll watch it next week. And then I did finally watch the next 2 episodes of Black Clover. So I watched those first 3. And I don't know what the fuck's going to happen this season now. Because they've wasted 2 entire episodes just with filler bullshit.
Yeah.
That didn't go
Interesting
anywhere.
tactic to immediately dispense the filler out in the first 2 episodes, like the episode 2 and 3.
Yeah, because like episode 2 is just nothing but filler, basically. They wrap up that fight, which should have taken about 30 seconds and been done, but no, they have a big filler thing. And then episode 3 is a bunch of filler.
Mm-hmm.
Where in like the manga, they basically, I have a grimoire now, 6 months passed, now we're at the cool bit.
Yeah.
And episode 3 like opens with like, hey, here's, the 9 squads and they're gonna do their thing, and you think, okay, we're skipping ahead, it's gonna be good, and then they just have bullshit. So we've wasted 3 episodes, we've got 9 to go, and I can't think of any like significant plot points they're gonna hit.
Yeah. The only thing I can think is it's going to be, it's going to end on the first mission with the ice dude. Like,
Yes.
at this rate, at this pace, that's what it's going to end at, but that's nothing.
It is nothing. Like, I was hoping they'd get, like, to the big treasure cave.
Yeah, because that's when I really started to enjoy the series.
Yeah, that's when it gets interesting. If they're not even going to get that far, I don't know what the fuck they're going to do.
It's a massive series and it's massively popular, but for anyone who didn't know it and was waiting for the anime, I don't think this is turning people onto it. Like, I recommended this to a few people, and a few people watched the first episode, like on Twitter, for example. People were saying they're not sure how they feel with it. I say, look, I've read the manga, stick with it, it's going to pick up. But it's been a pretty rough ride. Well, it's not been terrible, but it's not doing itself any favors.
And they keep, like, characterizing characters who don't even have existences, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, let's see more about those kids you never know the names of.
Who
Great.
cares? They're annoying little shits.
But,
I
like,
saw some people say to like not hold it in such an esteem for the first 2 episodes because usually these kind of shows start shitty.
but still,
Yeah.
it's just, they're adding a bunch of filler that just doesn't exist in the manga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what I saw on Anime List, nobody's really liking it.
Yeah.
I don't know why they made this decision, though, to do it that way.
I mean, my only thing is, like, because they had an OVA previously.
I was going to say, this
Which
isn't
makes
the
me wonder
first time Black Clover's had an anime adaptation, right?
Yeah, I'm just
No, they had
wondering,
the OVA.
because I never saw the OVA bit. Did they just take the OVA and just transplant it into the beginning of the season?
I haven't watched it either, but I guess?
Because
Because I'm sure the OVA was... Oh, no, I
if
don't know.
the
actually.
OVA was theoretically, let's say, ending at, like, when they get selected for the Knights, because I don't know how long the OVA was.
I think it was only 30 minutes. I think it was just
Really?
a standard one-shot deal.
Because then I don't fucking know anymore. It's just very strange. It's a strange decision. And it's only been up for like 12 episodes, right?
I don't know. I think it is 12, because it's either 12 or 13 that it's on. It's not loads. Because I thought it was doing the same My Hero Academia thing.
Okay, my Black Clover on my anime list is at question mark episodes, so
Oh, maybe
know.
it has more then. Maybe they've got a longer run.
I'll say maybe they have a long run and it will, yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah, because
Because I
it's
thought...
due whenever. So yeah, maybe they have a longer run and we're just overreacting, thinking it's going to be 12, but I guess we're going to find out shortly.
Yeah, I'll still stick with it, obviously, because I've read the manga anyway, so I know that it will pick up, but I don't know. It's a bit weird. It's a shaky start, so...
I mean, at least next episode we should finally get to the fucking exam.
Episode 4, they do. They get
Also,
to
I have to say, why is it such a long journey? Because when they leave the church, they look off in the distance and can see the Capitol. And it doesn't look any closer than when we're finally close to the Capitol, guys. Like, it looks like there's a nice green valley and you're there. And in the middle of that, they walk through a desert for like a second. In that stupid little montage.
I guess the manga is, the anime, just, the point of view is a bit skewed.
We're playing fast and loose with the laws of physics.
Yeah. It's a weird one.
Actually have to pass through several wormholes. They're also like throwing in a bunch of stuff about like the first. I keep calling him Magic King, and there's a king. I still prefer Wizard King, Magic Emperor's blood, whatever.
Yeah.
They keep throwing a bunch of stuff about the first one, and like that whole flashback with the demon thing that never showed up in the manga.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the manga,
yeah,
the Wizard King is just a thing. He's just there. It's not actually explained what his deal is, which I can see why they throw that in, because I always had that question of what the fuck is the Magic Emperor, Wizard King, whatever they call him. But still,
yeah, they keep saying like the history of it as if it's going to like be pertinent, and it's like, well, we know that the first Wizard King was whatever, and he, defeated the darkness, but it's not pertinent to the beginning of the story.
They had a whole second episode was about fucking Yuno's little necklace. Which again, in the manga, had never gotten any amount of screen time. It's just a thing it's just his character design. That's it. It's not special.
Yeah, it's just him being a little bitch. I don't know. I don't know at this point. I'm confused.
I don't know. That's what I've watched anyway.
Nebons. What else you watched?
I think we touched on everything. Girls' Last Tour is 3 episodes in, it's just the same tone. I read ahead to like the end of where the manga's at. That's just a little too depressing.
Yeah.
I cannot do that. And then I think it popped up Thursday. I watched all of Stranger Things season 2.
Oh, of course. That came out.
I really want to watch that.
It scratches the itch for wanting more Stranger Things. I don't think it's as good. And
yeah.
I don't really care about any of the new characters.
Okay.
They introduce a group of new folks, and yeah. Like I said, it's all right. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't that oh shit edge of my seat. I love this show that season 1 was.
I'll say it's hard to bottle lightning twice.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I'll still watch it because I still like Stranger Things. But,
I'm glad to see Will got to do a little bit more this season.
Yeah, I was
good.
End of last season, I was like, I can't wait to next season when Will be a character finally.
Well, get ready for more shit to happen to Will.
Oh, good. I mean, that's probably par for the course in Stranger Things.
Also,
anyway.
Sean Astin is there.
Cool.
And the whole time, it just, get out of here, Samwise Gamgee. Rudy, what are you doing?
Mr. Frodo! Oh, good old Sam. Tell him his pie's done. It's okay. Yeah, I need to watch that so bad. I'm looking forward to Strange Things. Maybe on Halloween, I think I'll probably be watching that.
It's a good Halloween show.
It is.
Yeah. See if we can get the whole... It's set at Halloween, isn't it, this second season?
It is. I don't think I'll be able to cram it all in Halloween, but I'm sure it'll be a nice way to, like, de-creepify myself.
Yeah.
Kind of ease off of it.
Yeah. We can talk probably more about it once everyone's seen it, but it does have a little bit more of those problems that can be solved by just talking.
Yeah. Wait, I can explain sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ugh.
Fair enough. I will watch that.
I still want to watch Inuyashiki. Old Man Becomes a Superhero show. No?
Yeah. That was
okay.
Yeah.
I just heard some guttural noises.
Definitely yes. Watch it. I won't say anything about it. I'm enjoying it immensely. It's great. CG's a little shaky on the first couple episodes, but it's only select moments that you go, that's CG. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't look terrible, but it looks very CG.
No, Garou has that same thing of there is CG, but it's not Berserk.
Yeah. It doesn't take away from it. It's just like, but you soon forget about it. I'm enjoying it immensely. Probably my favourite show of this season. Obviously, I've still got to watch Magus Bride, and just because I've neglected my duties to watch more stuff this time. Other than, the other thing I've watched, other than Junie Tyson, Black Clover, and... Oh no, I didn't watch King's Game. I watched episode 3 of King's Game, but I haven't watched episode 4. Was the second episode of Ruby, which was... It's Ruby.
Yeah. It certainly is not a Sister's All You Need.
Definitely not. Fortunately, Sisters All You Need continues to be excellent. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched episode 3. I can't. Maybe I don't know. No, I'm not doing it. Why am I doing it to myself? Why am I convincing myself?
I've seen a clip of a girl eating an egg, and I am satisfied with not seeing anything else.
Oh, you should wait till he eats her eggs. It's great.
I don't need to hear that sentence ever again, and I've already heard it twice.
Yeah. When
I think it's fine. I mean, if people want to do things like that in today's world, I'm not gonna stop.
No, because I think that technically counts as cannibalism.
Yeah, so it's not cool, and you should absolutely not do that in any circumstance. I'm not cool with this.
We're not cool with drinking your 13-year-old sister's breast milk. That is just...
Wait.
We're gonna go on record.
Wait, did you say drinking the breast milk's cannibalism or eating eggs?
I think
Eating
the
eggs.
is
They're kind of the same.
I don't know if the breast milk's cannibalistic.
Breast milk is designed to be fed to
eggs
babies.
feel a little cannibalistic.
Well,
I'm not going to say it's full
babies
on
are cannibals.
It's not full on cannibalistic, but it is.
Babies don't eat the eggs.
No, I'm talking about the milk.
We just said the milk's fine.
Drinking breast milk is not cannibalistic. It's just kind of weird after a certain age. Okay?
Now, hold on. I'm pretty sure we can lump babies into cannibal category. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, they don't know anything, so if you fed them if you just put a human brain down, they probably eat it without knowing.
You feel you shouldn't eat babies' brains, meat in general is kind of hard for babies.
No, you shouldn't, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah, unfortunately I was very lackluster because I've just devoted time to blistering through My Hero Academia. Cannot wait for the next season. Next season of My Hero Academia, it's going to reach some cool ass moments. I don't want to spoil anything. Maybe when I'm caught up and up to date, we can do a My Hero Academia podcast thing, a weekly chapter review.
I think we could sustain that for a while.
Because it's probably not going to end in 10 chapters like Bleach did.
No. Well, oh Jesus, is this how we kill My Hero Academia?
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yes. My Hero Academia is at the end of 10 chapters.
I can see it now. It's like all those millennials are killing this, but it's now Manga Raider Happy Hours, killing our favorite whatever.
Wait, that means you have the power to end any manga series you wish to end.
I mean,
is that our superpower?
Fair, we're going to do Pod Tie, which was a fairy tale one, me and Lego. And we were discussing recording it, and then the news came out that Fairy Tail was going to wrap up. But that was kind of obvious it was wrapping up because it reached the apex.
I feel like My Hero's not that old. It's got a lot of place to go.
Yeah.
And it's weird because based on, I think, where the show is at now, I would be more excited for season 4 than 3. Because there's some stuff that I think.
Oh, I know what you mean. Just after. Well, I like the training camp arc. I was really enjoyed, but then the part that comes after, I was not expecting. And
No. All the stuff with Buff 1010 is amazing.
Just before that, no, like the I don't want to say it.
Did you get to the part where I told you about Explosion Lad getting some
character development? Yes, I was just going to say I want to retract what I said. Bakugo
is amazing.
I'll stand by my statement that they didn't give him much. They didn't flesh him out in the beginning.
All right, that's true.
But he's had something. He's had some emotion other than I'm angry. He, the self-loathing and stuff, like, he's had something. I now get it. I now understand his character. I understand his drive, and I'm rooting for him now in fights. And he's our badass. He's our Vegeta. I'm down with that now.
Because they had that moment, and that was not too long after the, do you want to join our side? Fuck you.
Yeah, it's like, nope, and just bang in the face, which is kind of cool. I did love that. It's like, his big villain speech, and it's just, let me untie you. Nope.
We're going to untie you so you can see us as equals. Cool. Explosions.
That is good. We'll talk more about that. We definitely need to do a review thing. Moving on to, what was I going to say? Quick news, because I don't think we did news, did we?
No.
We didn't do
think we
news.
did.
I have two very quick snippets to go through. One is Attack on Titan Season 3 has been confirmed for July. So it's going to be summer season next year rather than spring. I'm fine with that. Hopefully it doesn't get delayed again till, 2020, but we'll see.
I'm still fine with Shonen getting one season a year and not having to go through filler and shitty animation quality. If this is the new way, I'm okay.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with Black Clover. I thought it was going to follow the blueprint of My Hero Academia, where it was going to be the 13 episodes. Season 2 gets a bit more, 26, and then it'll probably be like 25 episodes every year. That's fine. Or even 12. Who knows? But yeah, there's that one confirmed for July, so summer season 2018, Attack on Titan Season 3. Most of us will be looking forward to it, I'm sure. It's an interesting arc that it will go into.
Not all of us.
Not all of us, but it goes into something interesting, so we'll see. Again, hopefully, it'll stick to that time frame and it won't be delayed, like Full Metal Panic. Sorry, Manuel. Sorry. And,
yeah.
And also, just a bit of Studio Ghibli news. Miyazaki has revealed his final, in quotation, film's title and the release window.
Yeah, he already did his final movie.
Well, this is
He's
a new
done
final
4
movie.
of them.
This is his reunion tour. No, sorry, farewell tour, part 4.
Part 4. This is Kimitachi Wado Ikaru Ka. And no idea. Oh, wait. How do you live? It translates to. I was going to say I have no idea what it translates to. It says right on the page. How do you live?
It translates to, I freaking mean it this time.
It's expected 3 to 4 years. Doesn't in 3 to 4 years' time. Doesn't say. Deliver new film title.
There's only so many times you can pull the "this is my final work" kind of game.
He added that this book is a story that has great meaning to the protagonist of his film. Yoshine's book centers around a man named Koparu and his uncle, and though Koparu's spiritual growth discusses how they live as human beings. Oh, so I thought it was based on a book? No, the book is featured in the film. That's what it is. Yeah, he's come back more times than Terry Funk from retirement in wrestling, so...
we all
we'll
get
see.
that.
He is the Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, though, if Miyazaki came back from retirement, but again, like Michael Jordan, just in a different field?
So he started producing, like, I don't know, what would be different for him? Idol groups. He was just a manager of an idol group, and he's come there.
The Dancing Miyazakis.
Oh, and they're all wearing Miyazaki heads. Yeah.
What if they're all
Miyazaki? He's in a rap group now.
I'm just thinking, they all like that one
Hey,
Miyazaki
just
cosplayer that fooled Miyazaki to thinking he was a place. They're just a bunch of him.
Miyazaki.
Except they're 16-year-old girls to keep up with the aesthetic, but they're all dressed exactly like Miyazaki.
Yeah. I was
Completely
going to say,
beards and
yeah.
heavy eyebrows.
That's my Halloween costume.
so he'll just go as Miyazaki this year.
See, that
No
was
one
my
will get
reference to it being a spooky episode.
Don't worry. Has anyone else got any news items before we go into the spooky topic?
I have a news item.
Go for it.
Netflix is talking about all the money it's going to be spending on its upcoming original content. They're talking about putting in $8 billion to original content, and that includes 30 anime projects.
What?
Oh, I bet they're going to be so good. I bet they're going to be really high quality, and they're going to put Kyoto Animation on a business.
Have they given a time frame for any of this? Or
this is just upcoming generally kind of thing.
I can't wait for more Jaden Smith. I hope they make Rebecca Black the anime.
I'd watch Neo Yokio Season 2. But I assume this is also talking about things like Castlevania and Voltron and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Castlevania was good.
I'm watching Season 4 now of Voltron. It's pretty good still. It's Voltron.
I mean, they could always contract out to some decent studios.
Yeah.
It doesn't go into details. It just says they're in varying stages of development.
Yeah,
I would like to know the ratio of how much of that is original projects they're sponsoring as opposed to we're throwing money at a studio that was making it anyways, and now we have Fate Zero or Apocrypha or whatever.
Netflix
is the one I'm waiting
original.
on.
They're talking about, I'm familiar, Rila Kuma and Kaoru is a stop motion project, I guess.
They're doing that in a car. Oh my god. Thank you, Netflix.
One of Japan's most beloved characters. But yeah, so that it does include stop motion, apparently.
Pengu. You want Pengu? More Pengu?
No, we said stop motion. So it triggered that for me.
I just thank you for not doing the song.
Newt.
No, why?
Why? Stop it. I just think it's interesting that Netflix is doing some stop motion stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
expanding
on the crew. They got all the Lego stop motioners have grown up, and now they're gonna work for Netflix.
Oh man,
years of
you got me
practice.
sentimental for my old days on brickfilms.com. I didn't actually make anything. I just watched people.
I watched a bunch of those too.
I remember Brick Shelf. Was it called Brick Shelf? No, it wasn't called Brick Shelf. It was called Brick. Oh shit, I don't remember. Never mind.
I don't know.
Brick of Brack.
It was called Brick Page. Yes.
Guess what, guys? According to the clock here in the UK,
it wasn't called. It wasn't called Brick Page. It was called Brick Shelf.
It was called Brick. No one gives a fuck because no one plays with Lego anymore.
What about Lego?
And if you,
he's
Lego.
made of Legos.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lego,
Very small
Lego,
ones, so you can't tell, but he is.
I forgot.
and he's the master of them all. So he can manipulate his body into anything.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
He's like a transformer.
Or a goop man.
Legos in the sky.
Lego's in the sky.
So
I do want to see Lego, was it Santana in JoJo Part 2 just contorting himself and slipping into an air vent?
Yeah, that was right.
I want to see Lego doing something like that.
Yeah.
Mr. Lego Man. Lego should be back with us sometime soon.
He's too drunk. He's on the floor right now.
It won't be till November. But before we get into November, it's Halloween. According to the clock here in the UK, it is the 30th of October.
I mean, we'll be in November when this episode's out.
Yeah, but it'll be the first, so I think it barely counts.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I do have a small piece of news that I just read up on. The Art of Persona 5 is arriving November 9th now.
Oh, yeah.
2018.
Don't say that. Do not say that.
Oh, Jesus. It's so true, though.
Yeah, why? No. I want it in time for Christmas.
Well,
December 19, I was willing to take the gamble. Yeah. Christmas 2018, that's the time. That's when I want it.
Wait, are you serious? Is it actually coming out next year?
No, but probably.
Okay.
There's still time for them to delay it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say.
There's final cover art, and it's not 2 days before shipping, so I feel more
There's final
confident
cover
now.
art, and it says product not final on it.
Man,
Stop jinxing it. You stop it, Manimal.
because I ordered this back in April, and I think it's been delayed at least 4 times since then.
Ah, good. That's good. That's a good thing.
It's a Persona related product. It wouldn't be Persona if the jackets are only just coming out, and I'm sure they got announced, like the Anne and Fubata jackets. I'm sure they got announced, or I saw some news of that, like back in May.
Oh no, the Atlas store that opened up, I think within a week or so, was up and running for various cons within, the last year. They've just been delaying the website that sells things.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, it will be good eventually. That's their motto, all right. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is coming to Switch now.
Huh.
It was SMT product, title not final when it was announced for the Switch, but now they're just saying it's the 5th game, so.
Fair enough. I will not play it because I don't have a Switch. I wish I did. I played Mario Odyssey, but I don't.
I am considering buying Mario Odyssey because I've had a Switch for about 4 months that, like my PlayStation 4, had to sit unopened for many, many months.
See,
I don't know why I do that.
I kind of want to get a Switch to play Mario Odyssey, but I kind of just want to wait until the new Metroid game comes out, and it will have gone down in price surely by that point.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't think it's supposed to come out until like 2018 at the earliest. So
Yeah, but it is Nintendo.
it is, but they've dropped prices.
As the new model comes out, yes.
Yeah, not as steeply as Thingy do, as like Sony or Microsoft do.
No, but if I could save like $50.
Yeah, that'd be realistic.
Yeah, I'm not like thinking it's going to drop in half. I'm saying like in the next year or two, it'll probably at least drop 50.
Fair
And
enough.
it's
You know,
nothing
it's
that's, like,
probably
driving
going
me
to drop
crazy
real
that much.
fast.
50 cents.
What's going to drop real fast?
I'm guessing the Xbox One X that came out and no one even remembered. I have seen zero
God.
press about this.
Oh, God.
I forgot about that.
Right?
The X, yeah. Holy shit! I'd like to see some stats on that and see how how poorly it sold.
It can play all those games that are exclusive.
No
All of
one's.
All of them.
Ain't nobody playing.
I remember the
bad
meme,
time
the
for
PS3 has no games, but ooh boy.
PS3 had the Transformers game when it came out.
The
and that
first
was
movie
brilliant.
game?
Yeah!
It was fun on the
fucking
PS2.
sick.
It was a fun game on the PS2. I don't know,
was
the
good on the
PS3 one's
PS3.
probably exactly the same.
It probably was. It
Like,
just had
wait,
a
were
little
there
better
just like a
graphics.
couple missions where like one was like the Elspark Dam, the other was like the city, and you just kind of ran around collecting cubes or whatever, and then you can do your
And
little
then you-
free roam.
Yeah, and you just fought the Decepticon.
It's the same game, I guess, but with better graphics.
I think you could pick up shit like lampposts and stuff.
Yeah,
and
it was
fucking
really
nail
fun. I
some of
just
it.
used to drive around listening to like Noxcast and stuff and just collect
Yeah.
all those cubes or whatever.
I'd just fight the Decepticon and have just a big brawl for
Yeah,
know,
you would
however long.
you'd fight Brawl in Transformers the game.
See, the problem is Brawl is a big Decepticon, you see.
So you'd have a big brawl with Brawl.
You would.
It was all good fun. But
Good fun, but let's have spooky fun.
let's have some spooky fun. Okay, I have it's not really a challenge anymore. It's just a hypothetical question. But before that, do we want to get into some serious spooky stuff, or shall we have the fun, light-hearted spooky thing?
I don't
What
know what
kind of-
either of them are.
What
so
kind of serious spooky
ahead.
thing could we possibly discuss?
It's Halloween. Has anyone had
Well,
a paranormal experience?
No,
Don't
I haven't, because I don't believe in ghosts.
Have you ever had anything, scary, creepy?
No,
Anything
because I
like
don't
that?
believe in
No?
ghosts.
Oof.
Okay. You could have something.
I think you can have a weird, freaky experience without believing in ghosts.
Yeah, that's
Honestly,
what I'm saying.
I honestly can't recall anything.
Has anything ever happened to you that doesn't make sense? Because that's the thing. Loads of people have that, and loads of people don't believe in ghosts, and they don't attribute it to ghosts, but they say this happened, and it's weird. This is Manimal, everyone. Mr. Cynical. No, fair enough. If you haven't had anything like that, that's
no, I honestly can't think of anything. Like, the scariest thing that's ever happened is like a poster dropping in my room while I was sleeping.
Did it drop on you?
No, it just makes that dramatic sound when it drops.
I had one above my bed, which was the Return of the King. It was Aragorn on a horse, and it fell off when I was sleeping. It hit me on the face.
I mean, now I
woke up and
frames and stuff
upside down. Upside down Aragorn was in my face when I woke up. I was quite scared. Locked eyes with Viggo Mortensen, and it was a bit scary.
Spooky.
I mean, I would love to wake up next to Viggo Mortensen, locking his eyes.
I was going through puberty. It was a weird time.
Oh, yeah.
Look, Viggo Mortensen transcends sexuality. It's okay.
Back off, Orlando Bloom.
There was a particularly spooky, scary, and terrifying moment last November when I looked upon the news and I saw the headline, Rip Castro.
Turkey pardoned. Oh, no.
Rip Castro.
Those goddamn turkeys.
I'm sorry.
Corin or Nair, any scary, creepy, paranormal situation you've ever been in that you can't explain?
Nothing that we haven't already said on the podcast, I don't think.
What's the scariest place you've been?
I told you that time I got lost in China, right?
Yes.
No. Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
It was on an after hours years ago.
And I don't want to talk about the other spooky, scary thing, because it didn't turn out to be a bad thing.
You could, because that was my original question.
Oh.
Anything that was shit scary, but it turned out to be okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to pass then.
Okay.
We're killing it. We're killing it.
Yeah, I mean, this is going down.
I've never had anything like supernatural happen to me. It's kind of disappointing. Did I tell you about the time I saw a UFO, though?
No. Tell us. Okay.
So I saw a UFO. And I'm not saying like I saw like a metal craft with like little green men staring at me, okay? I saw something in the sky that wasn't a fucking plane, and I don't know what the fuck it was. Is that fair to have a point of reference here?
Yeah.
So like
I'm not denying UFOs.
I was probably 13 or 14 or so, and it was cold, like early in the year. Wintertime, I was out getting wood for the fire. And I was collecting in my arms from the little rack we had outside. And I looked up, and there's it's a cloudy, overcast day, and there was like a high layer of clouds. And then there was like a lower bank of clouds that you can like see the front of, basically. And at the front of the clouds, there was this one cloud, and I don't know why I looked at it, but I kind of did. And this entire bank of clouds was completely still, except for this one cloud in front. It moved like to the left very smoothly and stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And then it moved back to the right very smoothly and stopped. And again, no other clouds around it are moving. It's the only one. It's surrounded by other clouds. It's the only cloud that's moving. Moved back to the left again very slowly. And it stopped. After a few seconds, it just floated backwards into the bank of clouds and disappeared. It was...
That's weird.
I have no idea. I can't explain. No, it was the only cloud moving, just the one. And
that's weird.
I'm not the kind of guy who like goes out and looks for UFOs or anything. It's just I saw it one day and that was weird and I can't explain it.
And now there's like a full scan of you in an alien spaceship.
Well, I hope they're having fun with me.
Yeah, they are. I wouldn't know because wait, I can't tell you that. Never mind.
God damn it! What do you know?
Nothing.
Somewhere out there is Corin's alien-human hybrid child having a grand old time, adventures in space. Happy birthday wherever you are. Alien Corin, baby.
Fucking a Palladian
Alien corn
lizard
baby.
man at the same time.
Oh god. No, I'm actually trying to think of anything like that's ever happened, but I literally cannot think of a single thing.
Have you? What's the scariest place you've been, or anywhere that's made you the most unnerved?
I mean,
Nothing had to have happened.
Fort Leavenworth is one of the most places, or one of the most haunted places in the U.S. I've never experienced any of them, but I think I've talked about some of the Fort Leavenworth ghosts before.
I think we did, because didn't we do like urban legends last year? I think
We might have. I have a similar sort of feeling though, because I went to a couple times to Fort Hays as a kid, which is a bit more western Kansas. And again, it's old fort buildings, and I went there with my grandparents, and I remember getting, I'm not going to say separated, that's probably a wrong way to put it. I wandered off, as 12-year-olds are wont to do, and I was just wandering around like the museums in like the old fort, and it was just old buildings and like mannequins and period clothing kind of thing. Just dark museums and mannequins, especially it just
mannequins are terrifying.
It smells old, in the really old buildings.
Yeah,
especially the wooden ones. I mean, I had the same trouble in the Kansas Cosmosphere, which is a big space museum, right? Air and space, and like they got cool stuff. Like they had I saw Apollo 13, the shuttle there, not the shuttle, the capsule. Saw that there, but they have like this one like underground. You go in there and you go down this big escalator, and then the museum is like mostly underground and it wraps around and stuff for temperature control reasons, I suppose. But they have like this one dark tunnel bit that's just full of mannequins and like old spacesuits, just flanking you on either side, and like all the lighting's red and sinister because it's Cold War shit going on.
Okay, that reminds me.
It's so creepy.
Do you want to know what my greatest irrational fear is?
Okay.
Falling off the planet. Like I imagined sometimes like being an astronaut and just freaking falling. I know that's not how space works, but just imagine like, I mean,
gravity just selectively switches off.
There's a phobia for that term, because I've heard of the fear of spontaneously losing gravity and just falling off the planet.
I even had a dream about that one time. It was like tapping into, it's a great irrational fear. It's just freaking just falling in space. Yeah. And you're just like, you're like, shit, I can't die. I'm just freaking falling forever.
I mean, I remember as a kid, because my grandparents would tell me about how my grandfather went down to Antarctica for the Navy. And they always explained me, well, Antarctica is on the bottom of the earth. And I couldn't figure out how he stayed on.
Oh, that's like the classic, if you're digging a hole to China kind of thing.
Yeah. And like they'd show me pictures like, here he is in Antarctica. And I couldn't figure out how he was standing upright if he was on the bottom of the earth.
Yeah.
That always bothered me. I was like, hang on. How are people not seeing stuff upside down? This is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, the only spooky things that I can think of are stuff in my dreams, which everyone has dreams that are a little spooky, so.
Yeah. I've had
terrifying
uncomfortable times in historically haunted places, but like I don't think getting a weird feeling in Ford's Theater where Lincoln was shot really counts.
I think those ones are really interesting. I like when there's nothing obvious, or you've been told about something, but there's nothing outwardly, there's not a threat there. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like, I'm going into a subway and there's a bunch of, hooded youths there, might get kicked in. But like, there's nothing there. It's just a place. There's nothing obviously a threat to you. Like, logically, there's nothing, but that uneasiness, I really think that's interesting. That just for no reason you have that deep-seated uneasiness. They're the most terrifying to me.
Called a liminal space?
Yeah, I know that.
Like parking lots when it's way early in the morning, stores that are closed down, and you're walking around.
Any particular Target?
Rip Target.
Oh.
Targets are just weird spaces. Like you walk into a space and you're just like, this is kind of a weird space to be in.
Oh, by the way, I have to say, Rip Sears, another Canadian chain, has gone down. Rip Sears. Wait, you know about that there?
Yeah. Oh, Sears has been going out of business for a while now, and it doesn't surprise me that the Canadian branches went down.
Wait, there's American Sears?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, is it an American company?
Yes.
Okay, good thing it's going down. I'm happy it's gone.
You know
Okay.
what? Shush. So is Target.
I'm
So
so
you
happy it's
might
gone.
have to change your tune on that.
What?
Kmart's too. Kmart's for sure are fucking just weird spaces.
Kmart.
They're all like
Oh,
half shut down.
Oh, frick, Sears can just freaking die now. I don't care.
Yeah. So liminal space is somewhere that's normal but at a weird time
Like
or empty.
especially. I mean, I
They
talked
just
about
give you an anxious feeling, like reality is thin.
yeah,
Okay.
that
Ah,
kind of
that's
thing. Like I know I talked about when I went to the hospital to do work and like survey it, but like specifically
Yeah.
being in their old like kitchen with like the slickness on the floor that it's probably liquefied food, but maybe viscera, but it's just weird like because they closed down and like they didn't everything was left as it was. And like it's 30 years ago, and it's like you just walked. Like they talk about like people who have like apartments, and they die, and they haven't touched them for like since the war or whatever. So it's all like 1940 shit. Like they just never
it's like a
went
time
back.
capsule.
I
Yeah,
fell
it
into a
felt like
weird YouTube hole the other day because I usually have something up whenever I'm, applying to jobs or just looking around on the internet in one window off to the side. And it was a guy who goes into abandoned malls and like old ghost towns that were abandoned, that were old like mining towns that had to be evacuated because the water had turned super poisonous. And just, yeah, it's that tone where people are just gone, but there are still signs of life, and it just feels off and wrong.
I've always wanted to go into one of them ghost towns. There's actually something local to us. There was a pub who were having some renovation done, and they basically knocked one of the walls of the cellar through, and it turned out when they knocked this wall through, there was a whole tunnel of rooms that have been perfectly preserved from, I want to say, the 1700s. Like, the furniture, everything's just there. And they also say this pub's supposed to be haunted, so they do a lot of ghost walks and stuff, and like you can spend the night and all that kind of shit there. I want to do it this year, but I think I'm too late because it's the 30th now. I probably can't book it after Halloween.
Might be a little late. I mean, maybe. I assume they keep them open.
Maybe.
But who
You
knows?
can still go for a drink there. They say apparently in the pub area you're supposed to feel something. I've been in before for a beer and never had anything or any feeling. But I'd love to do that just to sort of see these really ancient rooms, just from the history standpoint as well, because I've never seen like a perfectly preserved, 1700s room. But that'd be cool. But I've always wanted to go to like a ghost town or an abandoned thing. I mean, it was kind of creepy going to the theme park I worked at. We shut down one of the rides, and it had been shut down for a couple of years before it got dismantled, and just going into there and just sort of walking through, that was a bit weird.
Oh shit, there's that whole ghost town in BC where they had like this high-tech town that they made, and then they just everyone abandoned it. They just freaking left there. So there's all this 80s technology there. And it's just like really out of the way town. Like there's houses and everything. Everyone just left. So it's a whole ghost town that's still alive.
I
Just
think
like
Saudi Arabia is building one of those now. Like this sort of new, like high-tech town out in the middle of nowhere kind of deals.
Yeah, because it was that. I think I watched the whole documentary on it. It's out in BC, and yeah, they were like, "Oh, this is gonna be a great town," and then I know something about like the mining things and shit like that.
Just didn't work out.
Yeah, and then everyone was like, "Let's get out of here." So it literally looks like everyone just left one day. It's freaking Chernobyl of Canada.
Yeah. Although
Yeah.
that
What?
if you take the ghost town and extrapolate the timeline a bit more to when it's been like completely reclaimed by nature, it's even like a different feeling. Because like I don't know if you've ever been to a place like that, but
No.
when I was a teenager, I went with my grandparents to the mining town where my grandmother was born and grew up in way back in the fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's out in the middle of New Mexico. And like people think New Mexico, they think like desert, but there's actually a lot of like forest out there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see like old pictures of it, it's all cleared away because it was a big mining town, coal mining. So everything was like cleared away. There's like no vegetation around it. But then it was eventually like reclaimed by the forest, I guess. And like you can go there, and it's nothing but like foundations where houses used to be.
Oh, see, that's interesting.
It's like a post-apocalyptic feel, and that is.
It's like
I've never seen
post-apocalyptic,
anything
but
like that.
it's past the point of being a ghost town. It's just like almost completely reclaimed by nature feel. It's
When it stops being
different.
spooky and just turns into calm.
Yeah,
I love
that kind
that.
of thing.
Yeah.
Damn you
Can't think of
guys.
anywhere else.
Like I said, I told you that one time that I saw those freaky houses, and I just turned around. That's my life. I see something, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. I'm not gonna
Woodlands.
engage.
Woods are always like freaky because
Yeah.
I like being in the woods, but also you realize how vulnerable you are.
Well, yeah, it's
at
fine.
The same
It's
time.
fine. You'll be walking with your friends, and it'll be fine. And then one of them will be like, "Hey, what if someone just runs behind us and stabs us?" So then you're looking behind you the whole time, and you just get freaked out when
Yeah.
you're looking behind you, and it's getting darker. And it could be perfectly normal, but every time you look behind, you're like, "What if someone just runs out and stabs all of us?"
I've never said ever. I've said before actually. Theme park that used to do ghost hunts and stuff. The first one we ever went on, right? This was the scariest moment of that, and it turned out to be nothing but fuck me, right? We were walking through the woods. We were going through. There's a ride called Jewel. Jewel is where you have you're in a cart and you go around a track, and it's inside a haunted house, but you shoot the monsters. It's like a laser quest thing, sort of, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And then you have a score at the end. So you're going through, you're in your car, you go through the track, you shoot the monsters. This is when it's dark, all the rides are shut off, apparently. To our knowledge, they're all shut off. Techies are in there testing stuff. So they've turned something on. The ride's on. Little do we know, we're in the woods, because the theme park it's in the grounds of Alton Towers. Well, I don't know why I'm not naming it. It's Alton Towers. And there's all woodland and stuff, and we're walking through the paths of the woodland. Jewel's not far from us. And obviously it's a haunted house, so one of the things at the front entrance lets out a banshee scream. So we're in total silence in the woods walking, and out of nowhere we hear a blood-curdling scream,
Ooh.
and I shit myself.
Did you
And then
actually?
it was only... No, not literally, but that was when everyone was just like, oh fuck. And it wasn't until the follow-up, like, the music started, and we're like, oh, it's Jewel.
Oh.
Fuck me. I wanted to go murder those technicians. Because it was just
Oh Jesus! Yeah.
like, but
Okay. Yeah. There has been an occasion where I nearly shit myself in fear that turned out to be the neighbors I grew up next to had ducks and chickens.
Oh, not the
And
ducks.
it was-
Not the ducks.
It was either
No,
a
stay away
chicken
from the ducks now.
screaming because a fox had gotten in or something, but it sounded very, very similar to a human scream at 2 a.m. Woke me up, and Jiminy Crickets, that's this... I could not get back to sleep that night.
Foxes,
so, frick.
foxes make some weird
See, that
noises.
reminds
We have a
me-
lot of foxes.
When
They do.
When I was younger and I'd wake up, I'd always think like stuff was going on in the house. So one time I thought that someone went downstairs and was playing my PS2, and I was 100% convinced that someone just came into the house and started, because I could hear it in my head, the game, even though there was nothing. So I was like, everyone wake up, someone's downstairs playing my PS2. And then no one was downstairs playing my PS2.
I mean,
It was all a dream.
I can
How could
definitely
someone
get
walk
that
in?
because, like, I definitely remember as a kid, like, being convinced I saw somebody in my closet watching me.
Oh God, I always had to check my closet before I went to bed. I'd always have to look in my closet, look under my bed. I always did this every single night because I was like, okay, someone could be there. Every time I took a piss, I had to check again because someone could have came in while I was pissing.
Yeah.
Like, there in college, there was a few times where I'd get real freaked out, like watching like scary documentaries or something by myself. And like I'd wake up in the middle of the night to take a piss, and I'd expect to be like a creepy dude on the outside of my door when I open it. So I'd open it real fast and be like, ah.
That's because when I was younger, my dad told me that a Chinese man would be eating my Star Wars figures in my closet.
Oh, of course he did.
Okay, adding the Chinese to
It's not
the list of
insulting
offended
anyone.
groups
Why is he
today.
eating it?
I don't know.
Chinese man.
I don't know. I don't know.
But
why.
I mean, definitely as a kid, both my brother and I were convinced there were spiders that lived at the foot of our beds that would eat our feet in the night.
You're not Australian.
No, we're not in Australia, but we had brown recluses coming out of the walls, so it's probably about the same.
Yeah, but they're not drop bears.
What's a drop bear?
it doesn't sound pleasant.
Either way.
You know, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I was definitely scared every time I looked out the window because I thought a clown face would just smack against the window. Like I thought I'd be looking out the window, and then all of a sudden a clown would just smack right against the window, like a friggin' bloody clown face would just appear.
See, I had something similar because there was a very short gap between my bed and the big ass window in my room. But when I thought I would be against it, I always figured it was going to be something a bit more like a Bloodborne boss.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, god damn it. Looking out the windows when it's dark is pretty thingy.
Every night when I lay in bed, I fear that something's just going to happen. Like, I fear like someone will start playing my drums or something like that, you know? And I just lay there, I'm just waiting for a loud sound when it's completely silent.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my god, something's going to happen, and then nothing happens. But, you know.
The first time I lived alone, moved out and I lived alone, because I've always lived with multiple brothers and sisters and, parents. We've had a busy household, so noises never bothered you, because you assumed it was somebody else. Oh. But when you're totally alone, any noise that I was hearing,
I guess so.
It was like, what the fuck is that?
Well, that reminds me.
Stairs creaking.
In the olden days, the best was when someone took a shower and I was trying to go to bed. That was like a great sound. Yeah, the shower sounds, yeah.
I do remember waking up one time when I was a really young kid, and I think someone had just used the toilet or whatever.
Oh, shit.
And I wanted to go use the toilet. But the flushing of it, I think it's because I just woke up and I'd not long seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I thought the flushing sound sounded like a chainsaw.
Oh.
So I thought someone was waiting in there with a chainsaw. So rather than alerting anyone, I just went downstairs and watched TV all night because I couldn't go back to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I had a similar problem with the vacuum. I was so afraid to vacuum my own room because I was convinced somebody was going to sneak up behind me with a chainsaw when I was vacuuming.
Interesting. I had this weird dream, obviously, this hasn't happened to me in forever. I don't want to jinx it and have it again, but the dream and a dream and a dream and a dream. It's been forever since it happened. But it always would be really realistic, And you'd be like, wait.
I've never had it where I've woken up.
And then it happens again. And you're like, this is it. And then it happens again. I had one of those weird things where I was like, my alarm went off, but it was really freaky. And when I switched channels, it was like, today is the day Anne Frank died. But they didn't say Anne Frank, they said Anne Franklin. It was really weird.
Maybe Anne Franklin did die that day.
I don't know.
Maybe
really,
you woke
really
up in a parallel universe.
I don't know. It was really weird. It was just one of those things.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often.
We could do a whole creepy episode on weird dreams we've had.
We should have. It was Halloween, but
we could have.
That's all right.
Maybe next year.
We've had a lot of talk.
We got some spooky talk. Shall we do our challenge, our last hypothetical question to round us out?
Yeah, it's almost 2 hours, but
yeah. It's the Halloween episode. Yeah, it's a special one. Okay, guys, this is a super spooky serious question now for Halloween. So, I want to go around the table to you guys, and I want you all to first think of either your favorite or at least a very popular horror film. So any of the big ones, anything that's there that we all know and love. I want you to now tell me how the plot of that horror film would go if instead of the main killer / villain, it was a Naragaru.
Oh shit. Okay, it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre featuring the Naragaru family. All right.
So for those who don't know, we'll say at home, to those who don't know, Naragaru is, of course, the smash hit from last year. He is a personified fart, a very wise fart.
Very wise.
Who comes from the arse of an old man.
So all these kids are visiting the toilet museum, and they're making fun of it. They're making a big joke. They're making a big mess. They're just like, haha, toilets. They're not respecting the art of toilets, the architecture, the design. They think it's funny. They think it's a big joke, toilets. So after that, they go out to the woods, and they encounter this weird fart cloud. And coming from this old house, one by one, they are strangled and brutally murdered by fart clouds. until
shit.
until the climax when our heroine is surrounded by a table full of fart clouds, and you see the Unaru guy, like the guy, he's just sitting in the chair. It's all a bunch of them watching fart clouds arising. They eat dinner. It's the same movie, but fart clouds.
Same movie, but fart clouds.
But it has the scene in the beginning where they disrespect the toilet museum, which gives the I guess you'd call it shit face instead of leather face. It gives him motivation. His face is made of the shit of his victims. Because, you know, I guess if you like shit when you die, he like collects the shit of his victims. And
you've somehow made Leatherface even more disgusting. Thank you.
Okay, but it's already gross that Leatherface takes the skin of his victims. So instead of the skin, it's his shit because it's a Narugaro. Because he's a fart cloud. So it makes sense.
Somehow I prefer the skin. Anyway.
At any rate, it makes sense for a Narugaro.
I thought we were just taking a movie that was real and replacing the villain with a Naragaru, not making an original plot starring
it's the same movie, but it's the same movie, but it has an additional scene where they make fun of the toilet museum because there needs to be a motivation. Because Narugaro,
just for context,
Narugaro is a noble man and he would not kill for no reason.
Okay. Oh boy, I'm gonna go with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
Instead of murdered, it's an Narugaro. So they're just gonna learn interesting fart facts in their dreams.
That would okay. Think about how cool that'd be if you can just like learn things, even if it's fart facts.
Yes, but everyone would just think they're going in crazy because they wake up in the morning going, "How do I know all these fart facts? Why does everyone know more fart facts than they used to?"
I mean,
would it be like him catching them?
But
like he would have to chase them first, and it'd be a big chase scene between the old man and the fart.
Yes, but then
the victim.
They just get sat down and learn about farts. That's it.
Yeah, like white girl trips up as they do in a horror movie, and it's like,
wait, I know.
And then a fart comes out.
I know. In Halloween, instead of the doctor guy, it's the man, and like Michael Myers is the fart cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Little Naragaru will be coming out and saying
he tries to get his fart cloud back. Makes sense.
It does make sense.
You know, sometimes you had a really good fart and you want to reclaim that glory, but it's already gone to the wind, so you have to go find it again.
All the time, man.
All the frickin' time it happens to me. I'm sick of it.
A single tear rolls down my cheek after I remember the top 10 farts that I've had in my life.
If
only.
Think about it. They are somewhere on this earth. The vapor, all the air is comprised of farts. Think about when you walk down the street, you're like kind of maybe inhaling like a little bit of fart. Because, people have farted for a long time, so surely like they still collect.
Think of how many people you're having a conversation with. You're in a classroom of people.
Yeah.
You're inhaling farts all day. When you're talking to someone, they're probably letting one rip.
Yeah.
Right there and then.
And you don't know because it's just like little bits of fart vapor that are in our air.
Can we
talk about
talking about
fart vapor everywhere? And
No.
that brings me to my movie recreation.
Okay.
Which is Stephen King's The Mist.
Yeah!
Except you just have to apply a brown filter to like the first half. And one by one, the survivors inside of the grocery store are lured outside into the mist. And it's just a Narugaro there to teach them a nice lesson about life.
Yeah.
Hey,
when the guy shoots...
religious cultist lady, I understand what you're doing, but you know what? Fear isn't always the answer, and faith is important to people in different ways. You should spread happiness and togetherness instead. Hey, dude, no, wait, don't shoot the guy. Oh, Jesus. And then Narugaro just leaves because he's too embarrassed.
Oh, because he failed?
Because he failed. That's the end of the movie. People
What I'd
get
love is-
shot and he just pieces out.
He just turns to the old man and is just like, yeah, duh,
You know
I'm
what?
done. And he's like, you ain't going back in there. And he goes back in. But then the old man would be blamed for it. It was not me. It was a fart that lives inside of me. Please believe me.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
The military did this, didn't they? I mean, we did have some nasty rations that might have caused all this gas. I'm sorry. The MREs were not good this week.
Ready to eat has a cost.
It was the powdered eggs, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
That's the cause of Narugaro killed everyone because of all this shit.
He's trying his best to help. He is.
He was telling them, Noragoro came to warn them about their poor nutrition and digestive systems.
And it makes sense. They're all locked inside of a grocery store, and outside they just hear, "Are you eating enough vegetables?"
Fiber is very undone. Gun the wind! And then there's the inspirational music. And then the end is just a smash cut to the credits of Noragoro itself and that idol group.
Whew. I'd watch that horror movie.
Me too. Oh, and I hope you watch this podcast as well, everyone.
Watch it.
I'm sure
Every
it would.
second of the static image of our YouTube.
Or listen to it, because it's a podcast and there's no visual component other than the...
If you have been listening valiantly to our talk about the separation and independence declared of Diasmol and the fart clouds that you inhale every day, please tell us on Twitter and on barrygoldman.bandcamp.com.
Like and subscribe.
Always a critic. We can say like and subscribe because we're at the end of the end of the show. I can't stand the ones who do it at the beginning. Because it's like, make sure, guys, you like and smash a like on this video and subscribe, guys.
Gotta give
because
me a reason
if you're
to like
telling, if you're telling someone to subscribe, that's not aimed at your existing fan base because they are already regular viewers. Therefore, that's aimed at a new audience who probably haven't seen your videos before. Why are you telling me to like and subscribe when I don't know the context of your video and whether you're entertaining or not? If I want to subscribe, I'll fucking subscribe to you.
Yeah.
At the end, you can say, oh yeah, please subscribe, it'll mean a lot, guys, thanks. If you want more of this content, this is the bullshit. Like, if there's anyone out there who wants more of this bullshit that we've been saying, I mean, feel free to subscribe.
It's been good bullshit, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, shout out to the YouTube channel Outside Xbox, where they talk about video games and shit, but at the end of every one of their, like, Friday videos, they do a new joke, like a new little gag about pressing the like button. So it's different every time. It's like the Simpsons couch gag.
Oh, okay. Can we please
there's
get...
lots of coins in it, lots of fuzz.
Okay. I think if we get 2 likes on this episode, I'm going to drop a diss track.
If we get 2 likes, then Vacant will reward me for another Halloween writing contest that I have
A diss
entered.
track to whom?
Oh,
to you
we
guys.
know exactly who it's going to be to, but we won't say right now.
To you guys.
Mm.
We're going to start beef with another podcast, and then we're going to have Annie Twitter drama.
Hello, guys. This
Oh,
is
good.
Barry
I've always
Goldman.
wanted to be involved in drama.
This is Barry
Can't wait
Goldman
for
from
some
Barry
drama.
Goldman's World Tour podcast. I've got this diss track here from the Mongers Happy Hour, and I'm not happy about it.
We're going to feud with Barry Goldman's World Tour.
Yeah.
He ain't ready. His guests are going to be angry, which was me and Piper's, so
Yeah.
I'd be dissing myself.
No, you'd be dissing Roy Fizzlebottom.
Oh yeah, Roy Fizzlebottom
No, you
was
were
on that side.
Nigel
Dingle Snatch.
something like
Or
that.
something.
It was Perry Dingle Snatch on my album Home Style, but I don't know what it was on that.
Nigel Glasscock or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Glasscock, yeah.
Nigel Glasscock.
That's what they call Glasgow now.
Barry Dingle Snatch. That's another guy. He's always precious. Yeah, that's us out anyway. Don't know why we were just rambling.
I got something to play before we end.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah. This is an
Okay.
exclusive. I found this on the street the other day. I picked up a gum wrapper, and do you want to hear what it said?
go for it. Thanks for listening, guys.
I'm gonna shit myself.
Bye.
We're sorry.
I'm not sorry.
I think maybe you should be a little